Bounty hunters are empowered by an 1875 federal law that permits agents of bail bondsmen to enter residences and cross state lines in pursuit of bail jumpers. Bail jumpers' offenses can range from simple misdemeanors to armed assault, drug trafficking, and even murder. This is their world.
Hold on. I said turn your hand around. Hey, kid. Turn it around. Law enforcement agents.
Across the United States, over 10 million fugitives roam our city streets.
I ain't going back to jail.
Fugitive recovery agents, the real bounty hunters, are the men whose job it is to bring these felons down. To seek.
Go, 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 go.
To locate.
Hang on, you're under arrest.
To capture.
Down, all the way down. Don't move.
To bring them back to justice. Fugitive recovery agents, the real bounty hunters, is shot entirely on location and involve people that jump bail. Although guilty of jumping bail, they are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. These are their stories.
Before I go out on any case, I like to review our cases. We like to find out if our individuals that we're picking up have weapon violations, if they have a felony criminal history. If they do, we use different weapons. One of our choice weapons is a shotgun. We have a sling on it, pistol grip. It's an eye opener, definitely gets us into the door, and while we're in there we can fasten this over our shoulder and while we secure our individual. Best weapon I use is my head, and from there you know, I can determine whether or not we're going to be needing sidearms. We use a 9mm sidearm. We practice safe weaponry. We always keep them unloaded, no bullets, no magazines. When I'm undercover, I have a shoulder harness. Fits right in there, nice and snug, with our thumb clip, so it doesn't pop out if I happen to run, and it's concealed. From there, my sidearm, another 9mm. All weapons I have the same interchanging magazines. So no matter what weapon I'm using, I have the same magazine for it. It goes in my holster, and that is also secured. So basically, on this particular case today that we're going to be going out on, it's possible that we may be needing our pepper spray. This is 10% cayenne pepper. If used correctly, it can subdue the defendant 30 to 45 minutes. So hopefully we don't have to use any weapons except our intelligence. Okay. And now, I remember yesterday when we went to the house, everything is sitting in a cul-de-sac, and what we're going to do is we're going to pull up on the far side, and if our truck is there, we'll go ahead and make the entry. So you just go right on up to the front door and announce ourselves and everything. Go ahead and ID her. Right. Now remember, this is a photo of her right here. Now she's about 5'4", about 110, 115 pounds, and right now she's got short hair. So, and the bail that we bailed her out on is two charges of forgery, and she failed to appear on those charges prior. So, right now we're holding the bond. Okay. And she's supposed to be driving that black and white truck, the Blazer type. So if it's there, just go ahead and knock on the door.
Okay.
And you're going to do the entry on her and everything. Go ahead and ID her, and I'll be right behind you to enforce our action here. So I don't think she's going to be violent. So we're going to do pepper spray if need be, with cuffs. Everything. So. All right. Well, let's go do her.
Okay. Her home is on the right side.
She's home.
Is she home?
Yeah, she's there.
She's there.
Okay, there's her truck. She's in the garage.
Somebody's there with her. wonder. Is that her?
Might be her under the car.
Karen? Karen?
Yeah.
Could you come out here for a second, please?
Don't bring any weapons or anything out with you. Okay?
Yeah.
Come on out.
Okay.
She's got a warrant for. She's got a warrant. Okay. Yeah, I want you guys to just okay.
Hi. Have a little bad news for you.
Yeah.
We have a warrant for your arrest.
Yes.
We have to take you in.
Okay.
All right.
You have no weapons,
No.
no
Go ahead,
drugs, no
turn around.
needles.
Rebecca's gonna. She's gonna shoot you real quick here. Okay.
How come it's like
She's fine.
Okay. Hold on a second. Let me double
Can you
lock
call
this.
Todd?
He's the one who authorized us to pick you up. Okay. All right. We're gonna go right here this way.
How come like this though?
Scoot
right,
into the middle.
right now.
Randy!
All the way in,
Just
please.
leave my car like that and I'll do it when I get back. Just leave my car. You guys just leave it like that and I'll do it when I get back.
We found out that she's got a warrant for $4,000. Okay. So right now you're gonna need 10% of that plus processing. Okay. And our fees, if you can come up with this dollar amount and everything, it needs to be certified over funds. Okay. It can be cash. They do accept credit cards and everything, and plus you're probably going to end up needing to co-sign for her, okay? Because she did fail to appear on us once.
Right.
So after the new bond is posted, she'll be out in about 2 or 3 hours.
Okay.
Okay. And
Okay.
she most likely is going to need a ride from the county.
Right.
So,
They are going to take her all the way to San Luis. So,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where we're going to take her. So
Okay.
we have no choice but
Right,
to surrender.
right.
The only way to get her off this bond is to exonerate it, and she has to be, remanded to the custody of the sheriffs or released.
Sure.
And we're not going to release her.
I'm just going to pay this and get you out, and then we'll worry about how you pay me back later, okay?
Okay.
You need more
Don't worry
Kleenex?
about it.
You okay?
They're going to have to take you to San Luis. They're going to have to go through they're going to have to go through the procedures, and it'll be a couple hours, okay? But don't worry
And
about it.
he's coming down?
Don't worry about it.
I know, but I want to do it.
Okay.
Don't let him do it either.
Okay, Karen, I talked to your bondsman, and he is willing to re-bail you, but that's after we have you booked and processed. So right now you got a $4,000 warrant for your arrest, and we're going to go ahead and surrender you on the bond. The people at the house there said they're going to try to help you out every way they can, and I believe he's a homeowner, your friend there, and he said that he would co-sign for you, so at least you have a couple friends out there willing to help you out in the situation. Your biggest fault in this whole thing was you didn't communicate with the bondsman. I
I tried telling him I was
I think if you would have talked to the bondsman a little more frequently, let him know what's happening,
right.
where you're hanging, and how you want to take care of this thing,
I know he's nice.
and we would have been able to resolve the situation without us coming out to resolve it
Yeah,
for
well, if
you.
you don't have money, you don't have money. Where are you supposed to go rob a bank?
No, we're not endorsing anyone to rob a bank.
Well, then what are you saying? You don't have money, what are you doing?
What I'm saying is
I
that
had a cyst that first coming. I had to go to the
Yeah.
hospital.
what I'm saying here is that you had the opportunity to show
How
up
do you
in
get the
court.
money unless you don't have it?
You should have showed up in court and explained
I'm
that.
going Monday. Oh, God.
Yeah,
Anything.
everybody was going to court Monday that I picked up.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. Well, I know everybody says that.
San Luis Correctional Facility. This is run by the Sheriff's Department. So after we get around this bend and everything, we'll be coming up close to the jail, and that's where we're going to be surrendering. All right, Karen.
I don't think it's so
Watch your hands. All right. Okay. Rebecca will deal with you and get the paperwork on her.
No, but you know, nothing will change our sentence. I don't think
Oh, no, here you have to. If you have someone
Here.
you're bringing in.
You want to go in and
you have
sit all the way to
Everybody.
the far left-hand corner there, please, okay? All right. They're going to process everything real quick for you, and then as soon as they're ready for you, we're going to walk you around the side and put you through the door, okay? I'm going to take you right around to the side door right here. There they are, waiting for you. Heidi, how are you today?
Pretty good. How about you?
We're doing great, okay? There's our female. If you can pass her cuffs through one more.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Well, I got all the paperwork on her, so that was a good arrest. Went down real good, you know.
Easy.
Yeah, you know, it was great, you know, driving up there, and her truck was there, and, you know, she was underneath the
Under
truck.
the car.
Oh, yeah, it was real good, you know.
I had to look at her shoes to see if it was a man
Yeah.
or a woman.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm glad she was real cooperative and everything.
Nice.
So.
I like her. I hope
Yeah.
she works things out.
Well, you know, she's going to get rebailed, so,
Good.
you know, that's the positive side of this, and she'll get a new court date, and
Try to get her life straightened out.
I sure hope so.
We're looking for Mr. Fisher here. We got a lead from a CI that a woman had seen him as early as yesterday at the Razzle Dazzle laundromat, which is not far from his alleged residence. Special Agent! Open the door! Hold on a second. Hold on. Up at the back. Cut my arm open. I know. We then went to a woman who had some information for us. We went over to her residence to talk to her. As it turned out, she was on the phone with this woman, Zena Nixon, who we believe to be the girlfriend of our fugitive. She gave us a lead, looking for a black woman in her 20s.
Not in this house, you ain't.
Is there a boarding house here?
No.
This is not a rooming
There were
house?
some people upstairs that lived here, but they got thrown out.
How long ago?
July 1st, July... 3 months ago. In the middle of the summer, they
This will be recently. There's no, it's not a black family or black girl living here?
No.
You got the front, we got a fire escape back here, no door, just windows. I'll watch the back. Why don't you hit a door and see if we can find out where this woman's at.
Not on this block, but on that block over there, the 700 block.
Going down this way?
Yeah, but on the other street down, one street down. There's a bunch of them around here. There's a bunch of them around here.
Mm-hmm. All right. Can we get in here? Huh? Did we get in?
Window right here.
She's not home?
Window right here.
Door! You got the Fisher woman living here? Says it on the mailbox. Once we get down to Asbury Park, we're checking out some leads around town. Ran into some CIs who gave us information that our subject, Henry, was in the company of his girlfriend, Zena Nixon. Confirmed that he was driving a black Nissan Sentra We're looking for that vehicle. Then we got another lead that Zena Nixon was working in the city. Matter of fact, just at the time we got to this informant's house, she was on the phone with Zena Nixon. I got on the phone with Zena, explained who I was. She told me she was working at 6 o'clock. I told her not to leave the place until we got down here. We get down to the place, we get into the place, we have her page, she comes down, we talk to her on the side. Turns out she tells us that Henry was actually inside the city at the time.
I'm supposed to have a drug warrant to go to court to freehold.
Freehold?
That's what you're saying?
Could be a different warrant. You popped a couple of days ago here too, man.
So what? Because another detectives were looking for you last week. No, I didn't either.
At that point, we had to do a quick takedown for the fact that effect an arrest as quick as possible to avoid any liability problems or anything happening with the general public. This gentleman could have been armed.
All over in the sun.
Mr. Fisher himself picked him up in the lingerie department inside of Value City, inside of there. Effected the arrest real quick. It was a quick takedown. And we're going to get ready to transport him down to Monmouth County, turn him over to the sheriff's department. Yeah, I got something here.
Give me your cupcake.
I love these guys. Look at that. New Jersey State Conference of Sheriff's Officers. This is to certify that Henry is entitled to every courtesy. Well, Henry, we just entitled you to a very good courtesy.
This is Deputy Clausen out of Pixley-Tipton substation. He was the original arresting officer on our defendant that we're going to be out looking for, Francisco Diaz. This was your case, and what happened on this guy anyway?
The suspect was involved in a vehicle burglary and had fled the area with the victim chasing him, and using a cell phone he advised us that he was advised us of his location. On our arrival, the suspect had already taken leg bail into a grape vineyard, and with the use of canines and a CHP helicopter, we were able to locate and apprehend him.
He was arrested for vehicle burglary 459, and I've noticed there was a 245 on here, assault with a deadly weapon.
Yeah, while he was attempting to flee the area originally with the victim, he tried to run him over with his vehicle.
Oh, okay. Have you've had contact with this guy before then, huh?
Yeah, down in the early Mart area.
Is he like a habitual burglar, or is he a wannabe type, or what?
He and the two suspects that were arrested with him have had prior burglaries in the early Mart area.
Okay, and then, well, obviously what's happened, he was bailed out by a bondsman, and he failed to appear in court.
His family or friends might try to hide him as well.
Okay.
As far as prior's leg bailing prior to this original arrest that I made on him, I haven't had any problems with that.
Okay. How about weapons or anything like that, do you think?
He's not known to carry any weapons.
Okay. Alrighty, well, let's go out there, see if we can get him scooped up. This really worked out well. It's not all that often that the original arresting officer that you have is also the one that we have going out with us again. He knows the suspect. He's had to deal with him before. The only thing that we're anticipating when we go out there is just he may take, like the Deputy Clausen said, we may try to run off, take leg bail on us or something. But there again, that's the reason for the other backup unit that we're going to have out here. The other unit has arrived, so we're on our way out right now to the rural area where this Diaz is supposed to be located at. And what they're indicating, the residence where this guy's staying at is in somewhat of a camp type atmosphere. It's primarily the farm workers and their families that live out here in this area. Francisco in here? Yeah. Was in the back? Where'd he go?
What's your name?
Is Francisco's your son? Francisco?
Francisco, ¿qué?
Mira. They're not your son?
Yo esos gente no los conozco.
It's not your son.
No, aquí no.
We have another address over in Earlymart that we're going to double check on to find out and see if we can get him picked up over there. Hi.
Hi.
I'm here for Francisco. I got a warrant for him.
Oh, he's not here.
Where's he at?
He doesn't live here.
He doesn't live here?
No.
Okay, I spoke to somebody earlier and he said that he was coming back here.
Oh.
Okay, now before I've got a warrant, I am going to search the premises. Before I even get started doing that, I'm going to forewarn you right now. If he is here, and if I arrest him here, he will go to jail for harboring. So you need to tell me the truth right now.
He's not here.
Okay. When was the last time that you saw him?
I haven't seen him in weeks.
In weeks? He has a warrant. He failed to go to court.
Well, he don't live here. Sorry.
Okay, well, this is the address that he gave us here.
Well, he doesn't live here.
Well, we made an attempt over at the address that we had, and it turned out to be with negative results. So what we're going to do, as opposed to just going out and just hitting whatever locations we feel that would be good locations, I'm going to go ahead and put a lot more investigation time in. So until I get able to get more information, solid information on it, and I don't want to be scaring up too much dust, so to speak, and possibly scare the guy off.